Hello out there. This is Jen T coming to you live. Apologies, it's been a while, but I'm back and I'm doing the final part, so part 3 in my Narcissists and Psychopaths series. But before I get into that, a little bit about me. First of all, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, I would love for you to say hi, you know where, and also I'd love for you to let me know whereabouts you're watching this from. Just turning off this countdown. I don't know why it's there. No, wrong button. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by this countdown, making me feel like I had to finish before it ran out. Anyway, so let me know where you're watching this from. A little bit about me. I'm Jen Turnham and I use my psychology degree to help women find freedom from the unhelpful thought processes that are holding them back. And I am especially passionate about helping a group of women that I refer to as HSPEs. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, HSP is a term coined by Dr. Elaine Aron, a psychologist, and it stands for highly sensitive person. So HSPEs are highly sensitive persons who are also extroverts. And this group of people is actually a very, very unique group of people because we make up only about 6% of the population. And I'm passionate about helping HSPE women basically learn to stop dimming their light, shine bright, and be proud and show the world their unique brilliance and their talents, because they are a bunch of very talented women and often they don't believe that themselves. Anyway, I should probably invite you to, turn my mobile off, probably invite you to the group. So if you are a sensitive woman who is also an extrovert, I would love to have you join our group. The link to join is down below. I also wanted to draw your attention to got distracted again. Draw your attention to a little ebook that I created called Feel Fantastic in 3 Simple Steps. The link to join that is also below. Right, now let's get stuck into part 3. So this one is basically about how to protect yourself and not be the narcissist's next victim. So I've basically broken it down into 7 early warning signs that you can look out for to help stay away from narcissists. So the first thing, now these are things that you can watch out for in the very early stages. Some of the things that I talked about in the previous videos in this series, they only kind of really come about or become noticeable once you get to know the narcissist a little bit better. So I thought the most helpful thing to do would be to catch it out early before you get too invested in the friendship or in the relationship, so that you can backpedal and essentially get out before you get hurt. So the first thing to watch out for is narcissists have a tendency to keep redirecting the conversation back to themselves. So they may allow you to talk a little bit, but then they'll pretty much immediately jump in and bring the conversation somehow back around to themselves. So often you will feel probably very unheard and it'll be quite obvious. They won't really ask you any questions about yourself and they will just continue to keep talking about themselves. So that's the first warning sign. They keep redirecting conversations back to themselves. The second warning sign is they can be very flattering. Now, this is actually not genuine. It's a ploy to get you to fall under their spell, basically. And if you are an HSP, you will be able to pick up on this because your gut or your warning bells will be going off, because you will be able to tell, because one of HSP's unique skills is being sensitive to subtleties. So you'll be able to tell that it's not really genuine flattery. So that's the second warning sign, is they can be very flattering and often pay you compliments. And sometimes they're kind of a little bit over the top as well, which is another bit of a red flag. The third warning sign is they are always name dropping, they are always bragging, and they always need to be the center of attention. Now, when they're bragging, it isn't necessarily about things they've achieved. It might be about things that they're going to achieve. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I've just created this energy drink that is going to be famous across the world, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be a rich man. All those sorts of things. So if they're constantly name dropping, bragging, and always need to be the center of attention, this is probably quite easy to spot as well, the center of attention thing, because let's say you're in a group of people and you or somebody else is telling maybe perhaps a really exciting story. The narcissist will maybe do something to bring the attention back to themselves, or as soon as that story finishes, they will quickly grab the conversation and bring it back around to them. The fourth warning sign, this is narcissists basically don't have any empathy. So they're kind of the polar opposite of HSPs, because we have a lot of empathy. Now, a good way to discover this is to get them to tell you a sad story, or you tell them a sad story, and pay close attention to their reaction. They may cry crocodile tears, but again, you'll be able to tell that it's not genuine. So get them to tell you a sad story, or you tell them one, and pay close attention to their reaction, and you'll notice a distinct lack of empathy. The fifth one is they might often walk ahead of you, or they don't listen. So these are both signs of rudeness and arrogance. So if you're going shopping, they might get out of the car and then they'll just take off towards the shopping centre and not actually wait for you. And the not listening will become quite obvious as well, that they're not really listening to a word that you're saying. So that comes under the rudeness or arrogance heading. The sixth warning sign is the relationship will probably feel very one-sided, and you will often feel used or manipulated. And this is one that you're going to have to trust your gut again, because it's picking up on something. So if you start feeling something's a bit off, trust that. Don't ignore it. Trust that, because that's your gut or your intuition or your sensitive to subtlety superpower picking up on something that's going on that's not quite right. The seventh warning sign is to watch how they treat members of society that they potentially feel are below them. So people that are in service positions, so waiters, shop assistants, their secretary. So pay close attention to how they treat those people, because you'll find that they are probably quite rude, quite berating of these people, and don't have any time for them whatsoever. So that's another really easy warning sign to catch. So they're the 7 early warning signs to look out for. But I just wanted to say, to kind of round it off with this, the best protection mechanisms that you have, in a nutshell, there's only 2. Number 1 is trust your gut. Don't ignore it. Don't make excuses. The main reason that HSPs often get caught up in a narcissist's relationship is because we ignore our gut, we make excuses, we are constantly explaining the behavior away instead of listening to our gut. And secondly is to build and maintain healthy boundaries. So if you have healthy, strong boundaries in place, then you either won't fall victim in the first place, or you'll pick up things pretty quickly before things go too far in the friendship or the relationship, and you'll be able to end it before you get hurt. Now, if you don't have healthy boundaries and you would like to learn how to put healthy boundaries in place, the timing is pretty perfect because I'm actually hosting a free challenge in the Bright Sparks Facebook group, and it's going to be how to basically set boundaries. I call it the Beautiful Boundaries Challenge. So if you are interested in that, please let me know below and I'll make sure to circle back and share the link to register for the Boundaries Challenge. As at the end of most of my videos, I do like to set you all a challenge to try and implement this information. So what I'd ask you to do is have a look at some of your previous relationships, go through the list of warning signs and think, were they there in that relationship, and what did you do? Did you ignore your gut? Did you constantly make excuses? So basically, I'm asking you to kind of analyze that previous relationship. The other thing is I want you to answer this question. Do you feel like you have adequate boundaries in place? If not, why not? And if you can share below. And if you don't have adequate boundaries in place, then again, please let me know and I will make sure to tag you in the posts about the upcoming Beautiful Boundaries Challenge. That's pretty much it for today. So if you have any questions, then please let me know and I'll make sure to come back and answer those. And I will continue this discussion in the group. So see you all either there or back on Facebook in the near future. Have a fabulous day, everyone. Ciao for now.